Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states, continuing our How to Buy an Annuity series, which people are going crazy over. They love it because no one's ever kind of talked about this before. So today's topic is how the paperwork process works, how that all application paperwork stuff works from start to finish. We're going to go over that in detail so there'll be no surprises when you say, you know what, I want to do business with the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, because he's shooting it straight and he's told me about the application process and the details, and I know what's going to happen, which is a good thing, but I'm not going to tell you until I hear music now. So here's how the paperwork process works with the Annuity Man, if you're using me and my team. Typically, you've already gone through, got my books, and you've gone through the calculators on the site, and you've watched the videos, you listened to the podcast, and you've talked with me one-on-one. And that might be 1 or 2 or 3 times, whatever it takes for you to feel comfortable, no pressure, none at all. You have to make the decision on your terms and on your time frame. And I do respect that, and I will treat you like a professional. I promise you that. But let's just say you make the decision, hey, I want to move forward with this annuity type and lock in this contractual guarantee. At that point in time, I'll say, great, let me pull up my team's schedule, phone schedule, and let's set that paperwork appointment right now. Now, by the way, that initial appointment is going to be a Zoom call with you, all right? So we're going to set that time, and they're going to call right on the money, whatever day or time and time zone you're in, they're going to call exactly at that time. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to go through all of the application questions that we are required to ask. We're not going to ask any additional questions. We're only going to ask what the carrier requires us to ask, and those answers are not shared at all. They're confidential. Now, that application is going, my team is going to either send that to you electronically or they're going to send that to you overnight UPS or FedEx. All right? Either way, you're going to get that application. You're going to review that application for accuracy. And it's going to be accurate because they're going to just put in what you told them to put in. And then you're going to sign and date it. And then you're going to send it back to my team. Whether that's electronically sending it back, by the way, that's all encrypted. Or if it's a hard paper type application. And by the way, at the time of this taping, COVID has really moved the carriers forward with going more toward the online e-app type stuff, which is a good thing. It's encrypted, it's safe, period. So my team gets the application, all right? They review it for accuracy, et cetera, and then I come in and I review it as well and sign it, and then it's sent to the carrier. Now the carrier receives that app, looks at it from a suitability standpoint, and then once they deem it suitable and appropriate, they will assign a policy number. Once that policy number is assigned, and that typically happens in a quick fashion in most cases, not all, but most, because I am the Annuity Man, and they know who I am, and they know that we expect excellence, and they typically fit that bill. So they're going to assign that a policy number. Once they assign the policy number that's unique to you and this contractual guarantee, all right, then that guarantee is locked in. Now let's talk about the time frames of how long it's going to take from start to finish. And when I say start happens when the policy number is assigned. Okay, up until that point, it's the application process, but at that point, that's the start. Once that policy number is assigned, once that contractual guarantee that you made the decision to buy is locked in, at that point in time, that's the start. And with an IRA or 401k type asset, that transfer is typically going to happen within a 3 to 6 week time period. And you say, wait a minute, Stan the Annuity Man, 3 to 6 weeks, isn't that a broad range? Well, remember, I'm working with all carriers. They're not all the same. They don't have the same, back office administrative. Some's faster than the others, et cetera, et cetera. Doesn't make them good or bad. It is what it is. But just look at 3 to 6 weeks. But don't worry about any of that because the contractual guarantee is locked in because the policy number has been issued and assigned to you. All right, so that's IRA and 401k type assets, 3 to 6 weeks. Now, if you're just writing a check or having money wired from a checking account or a money market account to the carrier, the process from start to finish, once again, you got to go through the application and the policy number is assigned. Once that policy number is assigned, contractual guarantees locked in, and the start to finish from there is around 2 weeks. All right, start to finish. One exception. At the current time of this taping, there's a lot of multi-year guarantee annuity purchases because the rates are a lot better than CDs at this time, and people really like the simplicity of multi-year guarantee annuities, which is the annuity industry version of a CD. But when carriers come out with a rate that's really high, sometimes they get inundated with applications and they're just overwhelmed with business. Now, they're going to get through it, but you shouldn't worry. You've written a check or you've wired the money to them. You've locked in that guarantee. Remember, the policy number was issued, so you locked in that guarantee. So people always ask, well, what happens in that interim? From the time they receive your money, you're earning interest. Now, you might not have the policy, but they're not just taking the money and then not paying interest during that time, that they're catching up with all of the demand to issue the policy. You're going to earn interest from the time they receive and deposit that check. So don't worry. You've locked in the rate. It's a competitive rate. It's probably not going to be there forever. So you've locked it in. So good for you. And it's going to take a little bit more time than the typical 2 weeks to issue the policy. Again, the annuity companies are on your side. They're not going to take advantage of you. So if there is a little bit of a backlog, don't worry. Okay, so we've gone through the paperwork process. It was pretty detailed, but at the end of the day, the companies are on your side. I mean, they're working for you. We are working for you. And at any point in time of the process, you can call me or my staff and ask any questions that you have. So let's just say we get to the end of the line and they issue the policy. Typically, that policy is sent to me for review. I'm going to review it for accuracy with my team, and then we're going to second-day air it to you. So you get the policy, or if it's digital, some companies will ship it directly to you. Once you receive that policy, a lot of the companies, not all, will require what's called a delivery receipt, which means you sign and date, and we'll put a postage paid envelope in there to send that back to us, that showing that you did receive the policy. But here's one of the best things that the annuity industry has done, is they have what's called a free look provision. And what a free look provision means that, the money's at the carrier, the policy's in force, and you just received the policy. It's in force, the contractual guarantee is in place, but every state has what's called a free look time period, which means that you can get your money back during that free look time period if something's changed or you don't want to do it anymore, etc. You don't even have to give it a reason. You just say, hey, Stan, I want to free look the policy. No problem, we'll take care of it. We'll get the forms in place and get you your money back. There's not another financial product on the planet that lets you test drive the product and the policy's in force, and then you can get your money back, and you don't have to give them a reason. You just, I just want my money back under the free look provision. Now, each state is different on what their free look provision time period is, and the clock starts ticking when you receive the policy. In some states, it's 10 days from the day you receive the policy. Sometimes it's 30 days from the day you receive the policy. We can help you with that and tell you, and typically within the policy, there's a sheet of paper that gives those time frames for your specific state of residence. But even after going through all of that, the annuity company's still pro-customer, pro-consumer, in giving you an out if you need an out, if something's changed, or you just don't want to do the annuity strategy anymore. You've just changed your mind, and that's okay. The bottom line with all the process that we just talked about, open line of communication. Don't be afraid to contact us. Don't be afraid to get the policy and call the company. If you don't want to talk to us, you can call the company. There's an 800 number there. Call them. There's non-sales people that's going to answer the phone. They're going to pull up your policy in front of them on the screen, and they're going to read off exactly what the guarantees are, just if you have any questions. Obviously, you can call us, and you should feel comfortable doing that and ask us any questions, but you can also call the carrier. So that's the paperwork process of how to buy an annuity, and I hope you understand that a little bit more in the details of how it all works. So with that being said, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next Stan the Annuity Man YouTube video.